Today, I'm going to be interviewing 3 different people about their sleeping habits. I'm going to ask them 4 questions about what they do before they go to bed, if they have any sleeping disorders, how it affects their sleep if they do have any, and then what they think they can do to change their routine before sleep to get better sleep. From these questions, we can see the different kinds of sleep that people have, and then the knowledge of people have about sleep from what they say they think they can do to get better sleep. For the first interview, we have Kyle Rebel. So Kyle, what are your pre-sleeping habits?
Typically I kind of turn off my phone about 15 to 20 minutes before I fall asleep, and then, I go through my normal routine of just, brushing my teeth, just kind of, going to the bathroom, and then putting on some pajamas, and then I'll maybe put on some Netflix, like that before I fall asleep, and yeah, it's normally my sleep routine.
Would you say that you have any sleeping disorders?
A couple times I'll have some sleep paralysis, which is like, it typically happens in the morning, more or less, so it kind of feels like in a dream, like if something bad's happening, like a nightmare or something like that, and you try to scream or do something and you just can't, or like when you wake up, like your body just can't move, and it normally goes away after a couple minutes, but yeah.
Nice. So, how would you say this affects your sleep? How much sleep do you get per night, would you say, on average?
During the week, probably about 6 to 7 hours, and then on like days I have off, I'll maybe get 8 to 9 hours, depending on the night before.
All right. And what do you think you can do to your pre-sleeping routine before you go to bed so that you can sleep better?
What I typically try to do is, just calm myself down, because normally this will happen, like, when I'll be trying to fall asleep, and then, like, your mind just kind of, like, wanders, and you start thinking about some, like, crazy shit, or just anything like that, and I normally just try to have, like, a peaceful night, like, just be calm in the head type deal, and that normally works. But sometimes, like, I'll kind of have, like, anxiety at night, and then that's normally when I'll have it.
Interesting. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Next, I have Dakota Becker. So, Dakota, what are your pre-sleeping habits?
Usually, I don't really have any. I guess I do. I usually eat something like right before I go to bed, but that's really it. I don't really have any routines. Sometimes I'll shower, but...
Do you, watch TV on, usually, or are you on your phone usually?
Yeah, I'm usually watching TV before I go to bed.
So you're eating food and watching TV?
Yeah.
Alright. So, would you say that you have any sleeping disorders?
No.
And how well would you say that you sleep every night, on average?
Pretty well, I guess. I'd say most nights of the week I sleep until my alarm goes off.
Yeah, so how many hours do you think you're getting?
Probably 8 to 10, usually.
8 to 10 hours? Alright. And how do you think you can change your pre-sleeping routine before bed so that you can sleep better?
I don't know. Actually, I like my sleeping routine as it is right now, and I have no problems with it, so I wouldn't do anything to change it.
Do you know any methods or tricks that you can do to better your sleep every night?
I've heard something about drinking a glass of warm milk or something like that, but...
Drink a glass of warm milk? Alright.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for that much milk to sleep every night,
Yeah. Thank you, Dakota.
Yep.
Finally, I have Sue Tronher. So, Sue, what are your pre-sleeping habits?
I usually try to just tone down, just kind of sit around and with my roommates. Nothing too crazy. I don't like to study before I go to bed. Try to keep my brain activity real low.
Mm-hmm. Do you play games a lot before you go to bed? Have your eyes on a screen?
Yeah. I think we spend most time just watching TV before we go to sleep.
Alright. Would you say that you have any sleeping disorders?
I would say I have a minor case of insomnia. Certain nights I have trouble sleeping, regardless of how much sleep I had the night before or how much caffeine I've had throughout the day.
All right. So, how many hours would you say that you get on average per night?
On a good night, I'd say about 6 to 7.
All right. And with insomnia, when would you say that you usually go to sleep?
At sunrise, usually around 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Go to sleep around then?
Mhm.
All right. Super late. And how do you think you can change your routine before bed so that you can sleep better?
I think if you start your day earlier, so that way you have longer days, I think it definitely would help with the sleep cycle a little bit better. And I think cutting back on like brain activities like playing games, watching TV, or studying, not drinking caffeine past certain hours, I think would definitely contribute to better sleep.
All right. Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome.
These interviews only show 3 people out of billions of people who sleep every single night. These combinations of pre-sleeping habits and sleeping disorders spread across such a wide variety of people, it's incredible. These interviews also showed what people thought about pre-sleeping habits and what they thought would be more effective to make you sleep better and what would be less effective, which is also pretty interesting to see what the community thinks other than or besides what we actually know.